Hey y'all, what's going on? It is BarbMeetsWorld, and we are here to discuss season 9, episode 8 of The Real Housewives of Potomac, which is entitled Healing, Thriving, and Surviving. Okay, but before we get into that, you all already know, hit that like button. It definitely helps me and my channel in terms of the algorithm. It helps me attract new subscribers such as yourself. And while you're at it, if you are not currently a subscriber, you should probably hit that subscription button as well so you can become a Barb's babe. We would love to have you. Also, while you're at it, I would love to keep this conversation going in the comment section below. So don't be shy. Get to commenting. Let me know what you guys think as far as the episode, as well as my commentary, because I will be sure to comment back and we can have a nice little kiki down there. So don't be shy. Also, y'all, share me with all of your folks near and far. And so you never miss out on any of my uploads, hit the notification bell. Okay, it's right down there. Go on ahead and hit it so you are not left out of anything as it pertains to BarbMeetsWorld here on YouTube. Okay, and I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. So hello, what's going on, y'all? Woo, we are here again. We are here again to discuss The Real Housewives of Potomac. This episode was cute enough or whatever. Yeah, it did what it was supposed to do. Gave us, a few things to talk about. We are still celebrating Wendy's birthday, which for some people they were cool about. For some other people, not so much. And that is because, we've been talking about it for quite a couple episodes now. But nonetheless, let's jump right into it. We start this episode off with the GNA event. They're having this wellness, fitness type of situation going on. The twins were there to congratulate their mom. Cute. They had some food set up apparently, but it didn't really, it was nothing I wanted per se, but good enough. First things first, Jacqueline. Okay, so last time I checked, you were, in your fitness girl era or whatever, right? Okay, cool. I'll give it to you. So why were you the first person talking about, oh, is there mimosas here? Huh? Goodbye. Like, she just the jokes really write themselves when it comes to Jacqueline. Like, what? She just anyway, moving right along, y'all. Not gonna give her too much because she doesn't even go here. In my mind, that's what I think. When I see her, I'm like, she doesn't even go. Anyway, so Stacey brought TJ, which I'm gonna save my assessment. I'm gonna save my current thoughts and opinions on Mr. TJ until the end of this whole thing. Wendy wants to know why they're there working out. So do I, because I'm sorry, nothing about their brand, nothing about them. I'm still trying to connect them and fitness, wellness. I'm just trying to connect all the dots there, y'all, and I'm still coming up with blanks. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments. Is it giving? Are you guys forming some brand loyalty to GNA? Like, let me know. Let me know down there, y'all. Anyway, so they do their little workout or whatever, and a second thing, Gizelle decides to take the mic and introduce Ashley as an international pop rock star. Y'all heard me loud and clear. Yes, an international pop rock star, y'all. And my whole thing is, if I'm not mistaken, the only real artist that actually was, vocally trained to do so, who actually, was really serious about their career and everything. The only person that I can recall in this franchise that was Mrs. Candace Dillard Bassett, and she's no longer on the show. So I'm not exactly sure why Gizelle thought it was okay to introduce Ashley like that, but I don't know, maybe she hit her head. Maybe she worked out too hard and like she had, she didn't hydrate enough. Maybe she was dehydrated and it was going to her brain. I don't exactly know. But I was like, see, that's what we're not going to do, Gizelle. Absolutely not. You probably got Ashley's head bigger than what it already is. And we absolutely do not need that down here. So please never do that again. Nonetheless, you already know how I feel about Ashley's singing and that whole thing. So I really don't need to harp on that too much. But what I will say is, shout out to Stacey in her confessional, because when I tell you guys I was in here hollering about what Stacey was saying, Stacey said, wow, that really took some serious courage for Ashley to get up there. And she was putting in so much effort to hit those notes. I said, oh my God, I couldn't have said it better myself. That is why I like Stacey for the show, y'all. She delivers the shade in such a tasteful, classy way. I love it. I love it so much. So afterwards, Mia rounds all the ladies up to tell them about how she really needs to lean on them in the next few days because Gordon's in mania. And she tells them about the situation between Gordon and Ink and how everything went left. She brings up the shout outs to Riding the Voice. She brings up the Heaven Baby comment that Gordon had made. And she really just did that, in my opinion, to garner their sympathy. She did it to garner their sympathy because she's quick to kind of talk about how, not talk about, but she's quick to kind of start to, paint Gordon as a villain in this conversation. And let me just tell you guys one thing right now. I am by no means saying that Gordon is not at fault for a lot of this as well. He definitely is. But to be bringing it to our screens every single week and to be trying to spin it and exploit it in such a way, that's all Mia at this point, in my opinion. And I'm glad that we have the Gizelles, and Wendy even kind of chimed in real quick to kind of say, why are we talking about this? Gizelle was completely disinterested, and so am I, because again, the children are innocent, and that is what that's what the true heart of the situation is the children. So you can't sit here and tell me with a straight face that you're doing everything in your power to protect them when it's really looking like this is another one of your exploitation moves. And we've seen Mia do it time and time again, as I reiterate to you guys every single week. So I really don't need to get up on my bandwagon and talk about that again. But I just, a lot of people are not seeing it for me right now, and I totally understand why. And I am also very disinterested in. I already told you guys out the gate last season when it looked like Ink was coming on here. That told me everything I needed to know about what was to come, and I was disinterested then. So you guys could already probably tell, without me going into detail about that, exactly how I feel about seeing this on full display every single week. Ridiculous. And also, I seen, is today her birthday or something? I seen Mia a post talking about, shout outs to being 40 or whatever. And I'm like, y'all let me know in the comment section. Please, somebody let me know. I thought when she came on here seasons ago, she was 38 then. So if that's the case, how are you for? Mia be lying, y'all. Mia really be lying. Moving on. Gizelle ends the event with leading them in a prayer for Karen. She did say earlier on in the episode, she had said that Karen was invited. Obviously, she did not attend because she's, going through everything with her court case. It's about to, literally, this is like the weekend before her court case. So she leads them in a prayer. Good. Oh, also, I should probably note that going back to Mia and that whole thing, she said that Ink said that he would actually remove himself if he is the trigger for Gordon. So I just wanted to make sure I highlighted that point, because that actually is going to lead us into my second big issue with Mia during this episode. Yeah. So 2 days later, as I was just saying, Karen does have her court date. She does have her court appearance or whatever. And before that, though, she says that, at triple 21, I love how she says that. She never thought that she'd be in this position, but shout outs to her attorneys, and she's hopeful for a good outcome. Y'all already know how I feel about that as well. I thought it was nice that Ray was right there to support her and everything. He did actually make her laugh a little bit. He made me laugh too. Let me know if he made you guys laugh also when he was talking about how, yeah, she looks great and she looks younger, but not like a baby or anything. It's just so innocent, and I just thought that was really cute. Her lawyer then came in and she made sure to make sure that those mics were going to be off before they proceeded to talk about any of the legal aspects of things. Understand that, but we really don't get any more information about anything with Karen. She's still trying to, I get it. You want obviously things to go in your favor. I get it, but that accountability piece is still very much missing, y'all. It's still very much missing, and she wants to act like she can't talk about it or whatever. And to a degree, obviously that's true. But what you could have said you could have at least gave us I can't really go into detail about things, but I'm not proud of that situation, and I am more than ready to face the justice system or something. She could have worded it in a way that let us know that she's taking full accountability for her actions without doing any more further damage to herself or putting out too much information, or however you guys want to put it. She could have did better. She could have. And I'm going to stand 10 toes down on that until I see something different. Sorry. Anyway, Keiarna and Mia, they have a little moment before all the ladies arrive. And, we know they've came a long way since the trip. They're still cool. Great. I was like, dang, Kay, you're allergic to cheese? I don't know what I would do if I was allergic to cheese. That would really F my life up. It really would. Even though, yeah, it just, no, that just wouldn't work for me. But I mean, you can't help what you're allergic to, obviously. Mia asks if Kay has spoken to Karen, which she says she has, but she wants to share the message in front of all of the ladies. So as all the ladies start to arrive, we're hearing more about, how everyone's looking forward to Wendy's party and everything. But as far as Wendy, she's still nervous about, Andy's family and all that. So I totally understand how she feels about it. But if I was her, I would not let any, especially a milestone birthday as 40, such as 40, they haven't done anything to contribute up until this moment. So don't let them steal your moment. And I get it. Obviously you want, especially because later on in the episode, Eddie does, I caught him saying how happy he was to have, them there and everything like that. And it's again, I get it, but I don't feel like she should be the one doing all the heavy lifting when they're the ones that didn't want to have Wendy and Eddie in their lives. Eddie and Wendy didn't cut them out of their lives. So they should be the one to kind of take some ownership for it too. But I get it. I get the cultural aspects of it. I get all of that type of stuff. So that's why I'm not giving her too much right now, but I'm just Wendy, do not let them steal your moment. Do not let them steal your joy about this. It's just going to be what it's going to be. They're going to come or they're not. And we're just going to have a good time. Moving on. Ashley has a photo shoot. She probably won't make it. So Kay shares that court was actually postponed that day and it will resume in September. So yeah, again, don't really hear too much about that. They start to discuss Karen and how she hasn't been eating or sleeping. Rightfully so. For someone like me, when I am super upset to degrees like that, it's very, very hard, extremely hard for me to get a good night's rest, and even harder for me to even form an appetite. I have to literally force myself to eat when I'm going through really, sad times, or, when I'm really upset or whatever. I have to, it could be really bad. So I totally understand that. And in her confessional, Wendy says, if we're friends, then I'll support you. But if you're found guilty, especially something that could, cause bodily harm to others, then I don't know, that may change some things. So I totally understood what she said by that. I think that's honestly, the true mark of friendship is one thing. It's easy to stand 10 toes down for somebody when they're, in the right, so to speak. But I think the true measure of friendship is for you to be able to tell your friends when they're in the wrong, to be able to hold them accountable. So that wouldn't be an issue for me. But in this case, we're talking about Karen. We're talking about, images and stuff like that for people. And she already let it be known in episode 1 that she needs to know who's, really riding for her and all that stuff. So I don't know if she's going to take too kindly to if she is found guilty and they do try to, hold her accountable or whatever. I don't think that she is at a place where she is being 100% real with herself still. I hope it's just in front of the camera. Like, please be real with yourself offline at least, Karen. Like, come on now. Like, for real. Then, of course, they try to FaceTime her. She does not answer. Back over at Karen's. Again, we don't get any new information. It's after the court. So her and Ray and the lawyer sit down for a moment. And basically they say that they're just going to be preparing up until September 23rd, which was her court date. We already know it's now November 25th that I'm recording this. So I don't really know what was to come of that, but we're going to see. We're going to see. We are going to see. And that was 4 months. That was going to be 4 months from the time that they filmed this scene. We get this scene between Ashley and her family. Wasn't really interested in this because ultimately we're talking about her divorce to somebody who I think is gross, ultimately. And y'all, the boys, why were they on that kitchen island again? Like, I'm just saying. Everybody's standing around talking and stuff like that. And they weren't on the island the whole time. They came and got back on the island. I'm like, Ashley, see, I can't, no, I can't. It's not like they was doing mommy and me cooking or anything like that. They were just up on that counter. And I just don't understand. I just don't get it. She tries to get all upset about the fact that her marriage is now coming to an end and everything. And this, next time she sees him, this might be the last time, all the stuff, And I love what Uncle Lump said. He was there for her. He comforted her and everything like that. But we already know that Uncle Lump we already know how Uncle Lump feels about this from seasons prior. So yeah, he was trying to hold back his, I feel like, glee and he wasn't letting her tears make him feel any type of way. It wasn't making him feel guilty, nothing like that. That's what that whole the faces that he was making told me, at least. I don't know. Y'all let me know. His expressions definitely wrote, it is what it is. I'm happy that you guys are going to be divorcing and everything like that, because absolutely not. She says she was apprehensive of starting the divorce process because she knows the man she married, and if backed in the corner, he'll come out swinging pretty much. And so that's kind of what made her be a little hesitant on actually filing and everything like that. She has officially filed from what, according to the blog, said last week. So I guess we'll see, y'all. But she says as their relationship, as he started to be more volatile towards her and everything, it just made her, it made it more easy. And I'm like, I get it, but at the same time, you should have just never been with this man in the first place, if you ask me, is what it comes down to, honestly. They continue, to talk to her about stuff or whatever. They call him controlling. She didn't really take kindly to that. And what it all comes down to for me, and I feel like what they were basically saying is Michael stopped giving a fuck when, and shit between them changed, y'all. Once Ashley called off them threesomes, if you ask me. Once she started being not the fun girl and, the down with the shits down with for whatever type of chick, that's when he was like, okay, this is not cool anymore. I can't do this or whatever. And just started, acting any type of way, I guess. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if that's what they was trying to get at and if that's what you guys have picked up on, because that's damn sure what I picked up on throughout these years. Anyway, Mia picks up ink. Don't really care. But before that, she does speak to Jacqueline real quick. And also production even asked her what we're thinking at this point, which is like, didn't you guys just say that you guys were like basically on pause and that he wasn't trying to trigger Gordon or nothing like that? So why in the fuck now are you picking him up from the airport 2 days later? It's just like, it's a fucking joke, honestly, y'all. She's a joke, and she's a lying joke. And I feel like that's the worst thing. Like, it's one thing to be a joke, but it's a whole other thing to be a lying joke. That's not cute to me. Like, you will never outgrow that title, in my opinion. Like, you're always once a liar, always a liar, in my opinion. And even in this situation, even in this scene in her confessional, she gives, instead of giving the truth, which is, I just said that for shits and giggles, because that's what it was, saying that you guys were on pause, she gives us word salad instead, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, what's understood doesn't need to be explained type of like, what are you trying to say right now, Mia? Just so annoying. And then at the same time, though, apparently later on that day, after they had that whole, exchange in the kitchen and all that stuff, they was all at the pool taking shots, having, good old family fun time. So it's like, on one hand, I mean, I think what it comes down to for Gordon is like, look, no matter what he's added to the situation or whatever, that doesn't negate the fact that Mia, you like this still this man is still the man that you cheated on your husband with. So obviously that's adding a whole extra layer of resentment, tension, however you guys want to put it, on the situation. And it's not to say that Gordon didn't add to it. I'm not saying that at all, y'all, but to expect him now to be like, ready to freaking wear matching pajamas and take, family Christmas photos or whatever, like, that's just delusional to me. It really is. That's the only way I could really see it. Just anyway. And Ink talking about some stand on business, granddaddy, like, not too much, because honestly, I get it. Y'all have always found yourselves backing each other's lies over the years, whatever. I wouldn't put it past Mia to use your ass for a storyline if it may stand on this show in another season or so. Y'all let me know. You think that Mia is above using Ink, exploiting something when it comes to Ink for a storyline? I don't think so. I don't. Y'all let me know. Moving on. Then we're moving on over, or I should say closer to Wendy's party. Yes, Wendy's party. Venue was really nice. It was like a mansion, like it was like in the backyard of like a mansion and everything, I guess. I love Eddie's commentary. I always love his commentary, y'all. I really do. She's making sure the whole seating arrangements are where they need to be, because as we already know, the relationship between his folks and her and her family and everything is still in the infancy stage. So she needs to make sure that everybody, she wants to make it as comfortable for everybody. Doesn't want anyone to, of course, feel like they're being left out or anything like that. So she wants to know the family's all around. Got it. Makes sense. Karen actually does show up to the party, and she says that that's because she doesn't, want to just be sitting there dwelling about her court case all day, every day. So this is kind of a way for her to distract herself. And honestly, that's probably needed in this moment, because I could easily see how that could be something that will consume a person, especially if you're not taking full accountability. Anyway, Jacqueline brought her PPP. Anyway, everybody looked nice for the most part. Oh, and I probably should have said earlier, she being Wendy, had her party on Ashley's birthday, June 8th, whatever. And Wendy's birthday is before mine. My birthday is May 30th. Wendy's birthday is like the 22nd, 23rd, like one of the first days into the Gemini season. So, and I was like, God, Ashley's a Gemini. At least she's a June Gemini. Sorry, June Geminis. Some of y'all be different or whatever. So I'm like, at least Ashley is a June Gemini, because girl, like, why we gotta be the same? I need her full birth chart. Like, ugh. Anyway, they speak on Karen's appearance at court. I really thought I liked Karen's look at court. It was like this long black dress. She looked very professional, very classy. And it sucks that she didn't actually have court that day, because that was a waste of an outfit. Obviously, this whole situation is bigger than that, y'all. I'm not saying that should be anybody's focus, but I did think she looked nice there, and I wonder what she's gonna, wear to the next one or whatever. What else? Yeah, the whole time Ashley was just super salty, talking about how, it's her birthday, and, just making mentions of that. I just found that to be really tacky, because it's like, at the end of the day, you didn't have to come. I get it. If we were cool, and by cool, I mean like cool as in castmates or whatever, coworkers, I might have, I would have definitely did like, a toast to you or something, or I would have probably, hell, maybe you could have even got your own mini cake over there in the corner or something like that. I would try to give you, a shout out or something like that, because you did decide to, show up for me when you didn't have to. But that also stands true. You didn't have to show up. So I didn't really care, but I did think that was tacky for her to just keep saying that all over the place. Like, girl, we get it. We get it. It's your birthday. What else? Mia and Wendy's mom speak. And if y'all don't know the history, they had some not too pleasant exchanges online, especially around the time that Mia threw that drink on Wendy. And what else? What else happened between them? Oh, Mia and the bird comment last year, that really grinded my gears too, because I feel like that was super unwarranted. And I don't care. I will say it with my full chest to this day, that Wendy should have said, oh, I saw a crackhead on the corner. Was that your mom? Y'all might think that that's messed up to say, but if you start with me, I'm taking it to hell every time. And I've told you guys that time and time again. Just saying. And Mia's that type of person, you got to get her up off you, because clearly she will just keep coming with it. And honestly, I as much crazy stuff that's coming out of her mouth, as much lies that are coming out of Mia's mouth right now, I do believe that this is honestly the tip of the spear. This is only the tip of the iceberg with her. I do feel like she probably has some even nastier things in the shoe ready to be spilled at her leisure. I really do. But they speak. Mia, she greets her and everything. And shout out to Miss Susan, because she was very quick to remind Mia that she didn't forget about her calling her out of her name, or trying to act like she was, a witch flying or whatever, and just all the stuff that she said about her. And I'm just like, ultimately that wasn't a big deal for Mia to say, because she doesn't even respect her own mother. Honestly, right? But she does apologize again, and she tries to say that the things that Mia's mom Mia's mom, that Wendy's mom, as Susan said, didn't hit her, but like ricocheted and hit Gordon instead. And I'm just like, what are you what are you even saying right now? Like, the stuff that comes out of her mouth is just insane, y'all. So insane to me. Moving right along though, everyone was mixing and mingling. I do wish we would have seen like more of her party. It was a lot of like jumping around and stuff like that. And this is one of the main events that I was excited to see this season, when I did see her posting and I saw online that she had a party and everything. And this is actually when I first saw, I guess, yeah, I want to say this is when I first saw that her being Wendy and Gizelle were, cool again or whatever, because we saw Gizelle at the party once it hit the blogs or whatever over the summer. And I was like, okay, we're in for the show this season, y'all. Gizelle of all people is at Wendy's party. Okay, so I do wish we would have seen a little bit more different angles, something. It just felt really like rushed and kind of like choppy a little bit during certain scenes. Nonetheless, she makes her grand entrance, but at the same time, she didn't really make a grand entrance because, the cool thing is to have those, car boat things or whatever these days, right, y'all? And so she like pulls up on one of those and they're, ripping through the waves and doing all whatever out there. But she doesn't actually like drive up and, get off the boat right there. So it kind of fell flat a little bit. But whatever. Ashley has a drag king performance and Stacey didn't know what that was. Wasn't really surprised by that. Stacey is very, prim and proper, and she's not as well versed in certain things right now in life. So I understood that she didn't know. And so, of course, Ashley let her know and everything. And as they wait for Wendy to touch down, Gizelle's like confused as to why Ink is there. And honestly, we all should be obviously confused why Ink is there, because like I just said, Mia told us that they were on pause. So why are you asking for our sympathy and our support if the main call, because that's the whole thing, he's triggering Gordon, that triggers his episodes, whatever. So if this is something that is creating chaos in your situation, then you should be mature enough to obviously create some separation between you guys, right? No, not Mia. Of course not. That would be too much like right? Wendy's mom didn't appreciate how Eddie's family didn't speak. I wonder if that. I want to know how things are between them now. Can't wait until the reunion. Because for Wendy, it wasn't even just like she wanted them to be close or whatever, as much as she wants everybody, the extended family as well, to kind of come together, make amends and everything, and move forward. So, and for her, that's her mom, her sister, her brother was there too. And his family was kind of like over here or whatever. And I was just like, I don't know. Like, the people barely said 2 words, granted. So I can't really give them too much. But at the same time, it's like, I just don't put it past anybody, family included. I don't care. Sorry, y'all. We've seen numerous times over the years, people's families, friends, whoever, coming out the woodwork once they've made it, big, so to speak, to try to, ride on their coattails and stuff like that. So I don't know. Side eye still out to them. Yeah, side eye still out to them. But this is where, shout out to Ray too. Like, Ray was having a time in his life, I feel like, at this party. He also didn't know what drag kings were, which I thought was, funny, cute, whatever. And y'all, this is where TJ pissed me off, because last time I checked, he was over there having a good old time with Ray. He had the free will to, navigate the place and, mix and mingle just like the rest of them, right? And it wasn't even like this was her first time bringing him around everybody or anything like that. So why couldn't he go over there with the, usually we see the ladies over here, we see the dudes over there, whatever. So why couldn't he just go over there with the guys, or, post up somewhere? Like, why just chill? Why did you need to be babysat? And I say that because he starts trying to, like, go in on Stacey about how she was mingling with everybody else but him. And like, he really was like seeming like he was bothered by that. And it's just like every single time we tap in on them, it's just like a very he just doesn't seem like a likable person. Sorry. And some people might say like, oh, that's crazy, when you see somebody be like super smiley and quote unquote personable and stuff like that. Like, he isn't like nasty to the point like he's like cussing you out or like calling somebody ugly or anything like that. He's not outwardly rude and nasty or anything like that, but he still does it in a way that would rub me really wrong if I was her, and it rubs me wrong for her. It upsets me and my homegirls because it's like, he says everything to her with like disgust almost. It's like, even in this moment, he's like, take your hand off me. Yeah. Or what do you say? You can take your hand off or something like that. And it was just like, ew. Even though you guys aren't fucking, we get it. That's fine. You could still like handle one another. And in this situation, we're talking to you, TJ, with more care and consideration and love. And it's like, I was even trying to give him the benefit of the doubt a couple episodes ago when I really like sat and thought about it. I was like, okay, maybe, if it was me, that could be a little weird to be on a international platform, and be labeled as, the other guy right now, because ultimately she's still married. That's what he is right now. He's the other man. Like, she's still legally married and stuff like that. And people, how many times do we see people call off divorces every day? It happens. So I get it. You don't want to seem played maybe, but I just don't like how he handles her. It's weird. And even in this situation, it was like, did you expect her to like hold your hand and just like, it was weird. And I'm like, I'm so glad I don't have that problem. I don't know how many times like I take, my husband with me to different events and different things all the time. And he knows when I'm out there doing my thing or whatever, I'm not, I'm not always able just to be like, right next to him the whole time or nothing like that. And he's not somebody who needs to be coddled. Thankfully, he can go mix and mingle and do his own thing. He's like, point me to the bar, and he's good, pretty much. And so when I don't see that in other people, like in TJ, I'm just like, and last time I checked, you guys are just best friends, right? So I don't have to coddle and guide my best friend around by holding hands the whole time. Just saying. Anyway, it's like he has all these expectations of her. Like, everything is dictated by what he's comfortable with, what he wants, like, and it's just like, for what? What exactly are you benefiting from in this situation, Stacey? And I get it. We can only see a sliver into y'all's lives through this show. It's just weird to me. Anyway, even when she was like, oh, do you like the flowers? He's like, that's a girl question. What the fuck are you saying? Like, what are you actually saying out your mouth right now? He's just not likable to me, y'all. Anyway, let me move on because I'm just, Oh, this is when Eddie said, I'm so happy. Like, when they were taking family photos and stuff like that. I love that for him. Wendy also says that she feels like the corner has been officially turned, and I'm glad for them in that respect. I do feel like I do wish we could have been, a fly on the wall for these conversations between them and his folks, because I still stand by what I said earlier. There should be a lot of heavy lifting on their side being done. Sorry, but not sorry. And in the final scene, y'all, we get all the ladies sitting around, and we see Gizelle turn to Mia to say that the other day she laid a lot on them about what she's been experiencing between Ink, her, Gordon, the whole thing, her love triangle. Only for her to look on IG and see them, take a shot, having family fun time, just, hours later or whatever, 2 days later or whatever, with the kids. So it's like, pick one, choose one, Mia. What is that about? And Giselle's like, Mia lies about so many things, and we know the truth about absolutely nothing. I'm like, you guys are just I hope Gizelle, like, you don't just now really see this, and it's just more so like you're just now coming forth and talking about it because you're trying to reinvent yourself on the show and be Gizelle who's more more holier than thou these days. I hope that's what it is, because I'm like, if you are just now catching on to the fact that this lady's claim on the show lying, then girl, then y'all deserve whatever havoc she wreaks, right? Yeah, wreaks on this social circle. You guys really do, because we've been clocking that as viewers like me, at least. We've been clocking the lies since day one. We've been clocking the antics and the bullshit since day one, and this is why people are calling it the Real Housewives of Potomac hip hop / Love and Hip Hop. Love and Hip Hop Potomac is what they're calling it now. And I understand, because Mia, are you kidding? What the only more embarrassing thing we're seeing right now on a franchise is people up in, New York, people up top lying about pregncy pranks. This is probably the only other thing that could be more embarrassing and just gross. Just saying. And we end with her talking about, her being Mia, talking about the fathers of her children can get along. And they're all like, the fathers? Plural? Did you mean singular? Excuse me? And that seems to be where we're going to resume next week. But I'm just like, girl, what? And did she repeat it? I think she even repeated it. It was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, absolutely crazy, y'all. It was actually.
The ghetto. The ghetto.
Like, that's what needs to play every single time Mia walks in a scene, because the fathers. Excuse me? Did you guys do an at-home paternity test? Because, honey, and the thing is, you're only spiting your children. But I'm not even, y'all, I'm not even going to get on whatever. I already been up here. It's way too long. Anyway, y'all already know. Hit the like button if you have not already. Let me know what you guys think of my commentary and the episode down in that comment section below. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.